I'm going to reveal 7 essential things you absolutely need to know before traveling to Nepal. And trust me, knowing these will make the difference between an average trip and an unforgettable adventure. Even if you think Nepal is just about trekking to Everest Base Camp or visiting temples, this country offers experiences that will challenge everything you know about travel. From navigating the chaotic energy of Kathmandu's ancient streets to preparing for altitude sickness at 15,000 feet, from eating food so delicious you'll dream about it for years, to understanding why hiring a local guide isn't just recommended, it's essential. I'm going to give you the insider knowledge that most tourists learn the hard way, including one critical safety tip that could literally save your life in the mountains. Whether this is your first time in the Himalayas or you're a seasoned traveler, these 7 things will transform your Nepal experience. Let's dive into number 7. Most travelers make a huge mistake. They land in Kathmandu, rush through the airport, and immediately head to the mountains. But here's what you need to know. Kathmandu isn't just a transit hub. It's one of the most vibrant, chaotic, fascinating cities in Asia, and spending time here is absolutely essential. The moment you step into Kathmandu's streets, you're hit with sensory overload. Motorcycle horns blaring, the smell of incense from ancient temples mixing with street food smoke, colorful prayer flags strung between buildings, and narrow alleys where time seems to have stopped centuries ago. But here's the practical reason you need to stay in Kathmandu. If you're planning any trekking, this is where you buy your gear. The Thamel district is packed with shops selling everything from down jackets to trekking poles, sleeping bags to hiking boots. The prices are reasonable. And here's the secret. The quality is often the exact same gear sold in Western countries, just without the markup. You can buy North Face jackets, Columbia gear, and high-quality trekking equipment for a fraction of what you'd pay at home. Plus, if you realize mid-trek that you forgot something, it's too late. Stock up in Kathmandu. Beyond shopping, Kathmandu has incredible temples. Swayambhunath, the Monkey Temple, where hundreds of monkeys roam freely. Buddhanath Stupa, where Buddhist monks circle the massive dome chanting prayers, and Durbar Square, where ancient palaces still stand despite earthquakes. The city pulses with energy. Street vendors selling momos, dumplings, sadhus, holy men, with painted faces blessing passers-by, and markets selling everything from Tibetan singing bowls to hand-woven carpets. Give Kathmandu at least 2-3 days. You'll thank yourself later when you're properly equipped and culturally prepared for what's ahead. Now, while you're in Kathmandu, number 6 is critical for staying safe and connected. Here's something that sounds simple but is absolutely crucial. Get a local SIM card as soon as you land. In Nepal, staying connected to the internet isn't just about posting Instagram photos. It's about safety. When you're trekking in the Himalayas, having mobile data means you can check weather forecasts, which change rapidly and can be life-threatening. Contact your guide or porter if you get separated. Call for help in emergencies and let family know you're safe. You have 2 options. At the airport, right as you exit, there are multiple providers. Ncell and Ncell are the main ones. To get a local SIM, you'll need a passport-sized photo, your actual passport, and some Nepali rupees. The staff will set everything up for you. The easier option, get an eSIM before you even leave home. Companies like Holafly or Airalo offer Nepal eSIM cards that you activate when you land. You just need Wi-Fi to install it, and boom, you're connected. No queuing at the airport, no paperwork, no hassle. Mobile data works surprisingly well in Nepal, even in remote areas. Obviously, the higher you trek, the more spotty it becomes, but in most tea houses along popular routes, you'll have at least some signal. Here's a bonus tip. Download the InDrive app. It's like Uber for Nepal, and it works way better than regular taxis. You can negotiate prices before the ride, and it even works for airport transfers. Pro tip, when you find a driver you like, get their WhatsApp number. Just call them directly next time instead of booking through the app. We did this throughout our trip and it made everything smoother. But having a SIM card only helps if you come at the right time, which brings us to number 5. The difference between an incredible Nepal trip and a miserable one often comes down to timing. Come during the wrong season and you could face landslides, zero visibility in the mountains, or freezing conditions that make trekking dangerous. Nepal has 2 perfect seasons: spring, March to May, and autumn, September to November. Spring is magical. The rhododendron forests bloom in deep reds and pinks. The weather is warming up and mountain views are generally clear. You'll have moderate temperatures, not too hot in the valleys, not too cold at altitude. Plus, you might see snow on the peaks while hiking through flowering forests. Autumn is equally spectacular. After monsoon season ends, the skies are crystal clear. This is when you get those postcard perfect views of the Himalayas with not a cloud in sight. The temperatures are comfortable, the trails are dry, and visibility is at its best. This is peak trekking season, so expect more crowds, but there's a reason everyone comes then. What you absolutely must avoid: June to August, monsoon season. During these months, heavy rains pound Nepal daily. Trails become muddy and slippery. Landslides block roads, leeches come out in the forests, and mountain views are obscured by clouds. Domestic flights to mountain airports get canceled constantly because of weather. Winter, December to February, is possible but harsh. Lower elevations are fine, but high-altitude treks become brutally cold with heavy snow. Some mountain passes close entirely. Plan your Nepal trip around these seasons, and you'll set yourself up for success. But even in perfect seasons, the mountains have their own rules, which leads to number 4. This might be the most important thing I tell you. Yes, independent trekking is technically possible on some routes, but hiring a local guide and porter isn't just recommended, it's essential, and here's why. First, safety. Guides know the mountains intimately. They understand weather patterns, altitude sickness symptoms, route conditions, and what to do in emergencies. When a sudden snowstorm hit us on the Mardi Himal trek, our guide knew exactly which tea house to shelter in and when it was safe to continue. Without him, we would have been lost and potentially in serious danger. Second, cultural connection. Guides share stories about local villages, explain religious sites, introduce you to tea house owners, and help you understand Nepali culture in ways you'd never discover alone. They turn a hike into an immersive cultural experience. Third, and this is huge, economic impact. Tourism is vital to Nepal's economy, and hiring guides and porters directly supports local communities. Many families in mountain villages depend on trekking income to survive. Here's something most tourists don't understand. Porters are the backbone of Nepal's trekking industry. Most guides started as porters. It's how they learn routes, build experience, and work their way up. Porter life is incredibly hard. These men and women carry 30-40 yasikili on their backs up steep mountain trails, often in flip-flops, earning modest wages. By hiring a porter, you're not just making your trek easier, you're supporting someone's journey to become a guide, supporting their family, and contributing to their community. Treat your guide and porter with respect and kindness. Learn their names, ask about their lives, tip generously if service is good. The relationships you build with these incredible people often become the highlight of the trip. But no guide can protect you from number 3. You need to take this seriously yourself. Let me be blunt. Altitude sickness can kill you. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is something every Nepal traveler must understand and respect. Nepal's elevations are extreme. Kathmandu sits at 4,600 feet, Everest Base Camp, 17,600 feet. Even easy treks take you above 12,000 feet. At these altitudes, there's significantly less oxygen in the air, and your body needs time to adapt. Altitude sickness symptoms start mild: headache, nausea, fatigue, dizziness, loss of appetite. But if you ignore these symptoms and keep climbing, it can progress to life-threatening conditions like pulmonary edema, fluid in the lungs, or cerebral edema, fluid in the brain. I experienced altitude sickness for the first time in Nepal, and it's genuinely frightening. Even on a cable car ride that took us up quickly, we all felt it: pounding headache, nausea, shortness of breath. And that was just a day trip. Here's what you need to do. First, acclimatize properly. Don't rush. Follow the golden rule: climb high, sleep low. Ascend during the day but sleep at lower elevations. Take rest days to let your body adjust. Second, bring altitude sickness medication. Diamox, acetazolamide, is the most common. Consult your doctor before your trip and get a prescription. These tablets help your body acclimatize faster and can prevent serious symptoms. Third, know the warning signs. If symptoms get worse instead of better, if you develop confusion, difficulty breathing while resting, or loss of coordination, descend immediately. Don't wait until morning. Don't push through. Descend. Fourth, stay hydrated. Drink way more water than you think you need. The dry mountain air and increased breathing rate dehydrate you quickly. Listen to your body. Listen to your guide. Pride and stubbornness have no place in the mountains. Some people acclimatize better than others. Fitness level doesn't determine this. A marathon runner might struggle while someone who rarely exercises does fine. It's genetic lottery. If you respect altitude sickness, prepare properly, and ascend gradually, you'll likely be fine. But never, ever take it lightly. Now, after all this talk about mountains and safety, let's talk about something more delicious. Number 2. One of the biggest mistakes travelers make in Nepal is sticking to Western food or playing it safe. Don't do this. Nepali cuisine is phenomenal, and eating local food is one of the best ways to connect with the culture. Start with momos, Nepali dumplings filled with vegetables, chicken, or buff, water buffalo. These little pockets of joy are steamed or fried, served with spicy tomato chutney. You'll find momo shops everywhere, and they're cheap, delicious, and addictive. We ate momos almost daily and never got tired of them. Dal bhat is the national dish, lentil soup, dal, served over rice, bhat, with vegetable curry, pickles, and sometimes meat. Here's the beautiful thing: dal bhat is all you can eat. Order it once, and they keep refilling your plate until you physically cannot eat another bite. Trekkers love it because it's nutritious, filling, and gives you energy for long hiking days. There's even a saying, dal bhat power, 24-hour. Try Newari cuisine, traditional food from the Kathmandu Valley's indigenous Newar people. Dishes like chatamari, Nepali pizza, a rice crepe topped with meat and vegetables, and samosas filled with spiced potatoes are incredible. Street food in Kathmandu is an adventure. Take a food tour if you can. Guides will take you into narrow alleys you'd never find yourself, introducing you to vendors who've been cooking the same recipes for generations. You'll try things you've never heard of, learn about spices and preparation methods, and taste Nepal in its most authentic form. A word of caution: be smart about where you eat. Street food from busy stalls with high turnover is usually safe. The food is fresh and cooked thoroughly. Avoid places where food sits out for hours. Drink only bottled or purified water. Bring hand sanitizer. Many travelers get stomach issues in Nepal, and while it's not always avoidable, being careful helps. Don't let fear of getting sick prevent you from experiencing incredible food. Just use common sense. Start slowly. and let your stomach adjust. After all this advice about preparation and food, number 1 might be the most important of all. Nepal has a rich, ancient culture shaped by Hinduism and Buddhism, mountain traditions, and diverse ethnic groups. Respecting this culture isn't optional. It's your responsibility as a visitor. Dress modestly. This is especially important at temples and religious sites. Cover your shoulders and knees. Women should bring a scarf to cover up when needed. In mountain villages, locals dress conservatively, and you should too. Remove your shoes before entering homes, temples, and some shops. It's a sign of respect, and you'll see shoes piled up outside doorways everywhere. During religious ceremonies, observe quietly. Don't take photos without permission, especially of people praying. Don't touch religious objects or statues unless invited to do so. Learn basic Nepali phrases. Namaste, hello, goodbye with hands together. Dhanyabad, thank you. Kadi ho, how much? And Ali Ali, a little bit. Locals absolutely light up when foreigners make an effort to speak their language. Be mindful during bargaining. Yes, bargaining is common in markets, but don't be aggressive or insulting. Remember that 1 or 2 euros might not matter to you, but it could feed a family for a day. Bargain respectfully, pay fair prices, and don't nickel and dime people who are just trying to make a living. Understand that Nepal is a developing country. Infrastructure isn't what you're used to. Power cuts happen. Roads are rough. Things move slower. Don't complain constantly or compare everything to home. You're in Nepal to experience Nepal, not a sanitized Western version of it. The Nepali people are some of the kindest, most welcoming humans on Earth. Despite facing poverty, political instability, and devastating earthquakes, they smile, laugh, and treat visitors with incredible warmth. Honor that by being a respectful, humble traveler. Ask before taking photos of people. Many are happy to be photographed, but some aren't, especially in remote villages. Always ask permission first. Support local businesses. Stay in locally owned guest houses. Eat at family-run restaurants. Buy from local artisans. Your money goes directly to communities rather than international corporations. Nepal isn't an easy destination. It will challenge you physically on mountain trails that test your endurance. It will challenge you mentally when things don't go as planned and you need to adapt. It will challenge your comfort zone when you're eating unfamiliar food, sleeping in basic tea houses, and navigating a culture completely different from your own. But that's exactly why Nepal is so rewarding. This is a country where prayer flags flutter across mountain passes at 15,000 feet, where Buddhist monks chant in centuries-old monasteries, where locals greet you with warm smiles despite having so little, and where the Himalayas, the highest mountains on Earth, remind you how small you are and how vast the world is. The experiences you'll have in Nepal will stay with you forever. The sunrise over the Annapurna Range, the taste of dal bhat after a long day of trekking, the kindness of your porter who carried your pack up impossible slopes, the children in remote villages who wave and shout Namaste as you pass. Come to Nepal prepared, respectful, and open-minded. Follow these 7 essential tips, and you'll set yourself up for an incredible adventure. This country will challenge you, humble you, and ultimately transform you. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button for more detailed travel guides. Drop a comment below if you have questions about Nepal or if there's anything else you'd like to know. And most importantly, start planning your Nepal adventure. The Himalayas are waiting. Namaste and safe travels.